Hey, Vikings Nation. Skol. Baby, buckle up because we're diving into some wild NFL trade talk that's got the rumor mill buzzing. Picture this. A massive 7-team trade in the NFL, with our Minnesota Vikings snagging a potential game-changer at cornerback. Yeah, you heard that right. A hypothetical megadeal that could reshape our defense. Ready to break it down? Let's talk about JuJu Brents and why this idea has us pumped. What do you think? Could this be the move that takes our secondary to the next level? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Now, this isn't a done deal. It's a spicy hypothetical cooked up by A to Z Sports, inspired by a crazy 7-team trade in the NBA. The idea? Multiple teams swapping assets to make the financials work. And in this scenario, the Vikings land JuJu Brents, a cornerback with sky-high potential. At nearly 6 feet 3 inches with 34-inch arms, this guy's got the size and length to make quarterbacks sweat. He's the kind of athletic freak that GM Kwesi Adofo-Mensah loves to bet on. But here's the kicker. Brents has barely seen the field in Indy due to injuries. Can our elite Vikings medical staff keep him healthy? That's the million-dollar question. This trade fits Kwesi's playbook like a glove. The Vikings give up a 5th-round pick but get a 7th back. Classic Adofo-Mensah pick-swapping wizardry. Our cornerback room needs depth, and Brents could be the missing piece. Imagine him locking down receivers with that Richard Sherman-esque length. Vikings fans, are you feeling the hype or skeptical about his injury history? Let's get that debate going below. All right, let's paint the picture. Brents stepping onto US Bank Stadium, purple jersey gleaming under the lights. His elite size makes him a nightmare in press-man coverage. Think Ivan Drago telling receivers, "I must break you." When I scouted him out of Kansas State, I gave him a high 2nd-round grade for his raw potential. If he stays healthy, he could be a steal for the Vikings. But injuries are the shadow looming over this deal. In 2023, he played just 9 games, sidelined by quad, meniscus, and PCL issues. That's a red flag, no doubt. What do you think? Can our training staff work their magic? The Vikings secondary has been a roller coaster, and depth at cornerback is a must in today's pass-heavy NFL. Brents brings the physical tools to disrupt big, athletic receivers, something we've lacked at times. Pair him with our current DBs and we could have a lockdown unit. The trade's low cost makes it a high-upside gamble. If Brents pans out, he's a cornerstone. If not, it's just a 5th-rounder. Skol fans, would you roll the dice on this guy? Sound off in the comments. Let's zoom out for a sec. This hypothetical trade isn't just about Brents. It's about Kwesi Adofo-Mensah's vision. He loves taking calculated risks on high-potential players, and Brents fits that mold perfectly. His 6 feet 3 inches frame and 4.5 speed scream Vikings prototype. But the NFL is brutal, and injuries can derail even the best prospects. If we pull this off, it's a statement. The Vikings are building a defense that bullies offenses. What's your take? Does this move scream genius or gamble? Now let's talk pressman coverage. Brents has the tools to dominate in Brian Flores' aggressive scheme. His long arms can jam receivers at the line, disrupting routes before they begin. Back at Kansas State, he showed flashes of elite-level play, smothering receivers with ease. If Flores can coach him up, we might have a new fan favorite in purple. But can he handle the physicality of the NFL week in, week out? Vikings Nation, what's your gut telling you? Here's where it gets juicy. This trade could be a standalone move, not just part of a 7-team circus. The Colts seem ready to move on from Brents, and the Vikings could swoop in for a bargain. A 5th-round pick for a guy with his upside? That's the kind of deal that could define our 2025 season. Imagine Brents picking off a pass in a clutch moment against the Packers. Chills, right? But we gotta ask, can he overcome those injury concerns? Hit the comments with your predictions. Let's dream big for a moment. If Brents reaches his potential, he's not just a depth piece, he's a star. Think Legion of Boom vibes, with Brents channeling his inner Richard Sherman. The Vikings' defense could go from solid to terrifying, especially with Flores dialing up blitzes. But every bet has risks, and Brents' health is the big one. If our medical staff can keep him on the field, this could be a home run. Skol fans, are you buying the hype or pumping the brakes? Alright, Vikings Nation, It's time to wrap this up. This hypothetical trade for JuJu Brents has us buzzing with possibilities. Could he be the key to a dominant Vikings defense in 2025? We need your voice in this. Drop a comment with your thoughts. Would you make this trade? Smash that like button if you're hyped for Vikings football. Subscribe for more Vikings news, and share this with your fellow Skol fans. Let's keep the purple pride alive and make some noise. Skol Vikings!